Hi, I'm Charlie Wills with the Charlie Wills team, and joining me today is Dave Growls with Guild Mortgage. And the reason I brought Dave in today is we want to start kind of show and tell with all of our partners. And what I mean by that is we want to introduce our partners a little bit more often to our clients and our friends, but we also want to share like what they do and why we choose to partner with the different groups that we have as our platinum partners and the people that we suggest to you on a regular basis. So today Dave's joining me. He's going to share a little bit like why we work together and how we work together and how that benefits you. So Dave, why don't you take it away?
First of all, thanks for having me, Charlie. I really appreciate it. Why we started working together, Charlie and I spent a lot of time kind of getting together, talking about business, and started realizing how much our team has in common with his team. We built our team about 7 years ago. We've certainly continued to improve our team as much as we can, and our teams work really well together. Our communication's good. Your team knows what they can expect from us. We know what we can expect from you. Let's say you have an amendment that comes up, you always get that over to the team right away to keep the loan moving forward at a really good pace.
Cool. What other services do you provide? You know, when somebody hears mortgage broker, that has some connotations to some people. Like, what do you guys provide? What's available? Maybe services that you can share, just so that it's just beyond just the normal knowledge.
Absolutely. So basically, our process is let's just say that Charlie sent you over to our company and said, "Give Dave's team a call." The first thing that would happen is Rachel would reach out to you and say, you know, here's our process. We'll start out by taking the loan application, talking you through that on the phone. We can do an online application as well, but she knows exactly what she's looking for. So Rachel goes through the process with you, asks you, fills in all the information, sends you a portal so that you can download all the documents that we need. So we're really hands-on in the process to make sure that it goes, just make it easy for you. She would also schedule a time for you to come in and meet with me face-to-face. So when you come in, we're going to talk about everything. So if you're, let's say you have private mortgage insurance because you're only putting 5% down, we're going to talk through every option. We can buy out the mortgage insurance. We can do a second mortgage to avoid mortgage insurance. We can take mortgage insurance. So we really want to be incredibly informative throughout the process versus just saying, here, do the online application and we'll get back to you in a couple of weeks and let you know if you're pre-approved. We want to be as thorough as we can on the front side to make sure that you're shopping in the right neighborhoods.
Good, and that's something really important to realize, that when you're working with either our team or somebody like Dave's team and any one of our service providers, we want that knowledge and that information in a way to know how to handle like your request the best way possible. And there may be, you know, a little bit more activity on the front end, but it saves so much time on that back end, right?
That's a great point, Charlie. We try to gather everything on the front side because the reality is when you go to do a loan, you're going to at some point be asked for things like your tax returns, your pay stubs, you know, information you would expect to provide. We'd rather do it on the front side and not have any surprises and make sure that you're looking at the right properties versus you get a house under contract and then we start evaluating your documentation. It just seems backwards to us.
And something that I want to point out, because this is something we've talked about, is that the ability for, like, especially in competitive markets that we've been sitting in for 7, 8 years now, what you guys do from that, you know, that pre-process and how that allows us to get loans processed even faster than most companies because of your underwriting and, you know, all the little steps that we take at the beginning.
That's a great point too, Charlie. We can actually have your file fully underwritten with a to-be-determined address. What does that mean to you? What that means is that we can close your loan within 17 days or even faster in some cases. Really, that means we need an appraisal and we need the title work, and then we can close the deal. So if you have that much of a head start because you're already fully underwritten, what we also will do is I'll reach out to the listing agent. Let's say you're in a competitive situation, there's 5 or 6 offers in. Even if you're putting 10% down and maybe they have a cash offer or another offer that's stronger, I'm going to say, listen, I can have this loan closed in 2 weeks if you want me to, because we're already fully underwritten. Sure, they're only putting 10% down, and I know you have other offers in, maybe that are putting more money down, but this loan is done. We need title and we need an appraisal, and we'll close the deal.
That's really important. And anybody that's hearing that, the difference in those terms is that a lot of offers get layered with so many different terms and contingencies that be there that it kind of really halts the process when you're looking to buy. So we try to minimize those by giving shorter deadlines, maybe a little bit more money down or not money down, just depending if you got the right partner involved. So now you can kind of see why we wanted to bring on our partners, and in this case, Dave's group, just to share what that looks like and what that process is when we do work together. So it's great to have the mortgage broker to take care of that lending piece, but then on the real estate side, how does that whole thing come together? Well, it comes together with great partners. So I hope you're going to enjoy more of these series. We're going to start going through pretty much everybody that we've got as partners, and we're going to introduce you to them, say what they do for their business and how it impacts you, because as Dave does and we do, it's not just during the time that you're getting that offer to purchase together to closing, it's afterwards. Because I know Dave's team like primarily does a rate follow-up. Like they know when rates come down or up and what you're locked in at and how that may impact you. So what a perfect way that they're striking when the iron's hot, right? Like you're able to see let's say you're at 4% and it drops to 3.25%. You can call up myself or whoever and be like, hey, if you do this, it saves X, Y, and Z. I mean, I love that proactive approach because you're not going to get that from, I'm going to say, at least 80% of the mortgage brokers that are out there. They're just not going to think like that, and they're not going to be a partner. That's why we call it our platinum partners. They don't think like a partner. They just think like a service rep.
Well, that's a great point, Charlie. I mean, we're trying to make clients for life. So if there's a way that we can save you some money in the future after we've closed the loan, we track everything in a database. We know when it drops a certain amount that we can reach out to you and continue that relationship and save you some money.
Awesome. Well, hope you enjoy the start of this series. We'll be introducing more of our platinum partners, so stay tuned. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie.